This video is not at all related to the stop motions, but I'd like to come on here and say a few words about mental health and suicide. So if you're not comfortable with hearing anything about those topics, I would suggest you click off now. I'm going to explain some stuff that's happened the past year or so, and then give my thoughts on suicide itself. A year ago, I was talking to two people, one of them who I thought was my friend, but around an hour later after starting to talk to them, and me, him, my other friend, and we would go on to Fortnite and things would get intense in argument in trash talk, and the one who I thought was my friend proceeded to then start making fun of one of my dead relatives who I had nowhere near recovered over, even though it had been years since. I never told anyone about it, but my two other friends who were in the Discord call went into another server they were in, told a bunch of people about what happened, and I couldn't thank them more for this. Two of them went into his DMs and started saying how much of a horrible person he was for it. This deeply increased my This just increased my personality a lot, because I'd met new people, but there's one thing, it ruined my I won't fully blame this, but ever since my sense of humor was gone, I couldn't adjust to jokes anymore, and honestly I am in the effort of trying to fix that, just so I can talk to my other mates again, and without them having to hold back on what they have to say. Over the course of last year though, I would ruin almost all friendships I had with those people. I became too sensitive to where they couldn't even joke with me anymore, and I blame myself for that. I became too argumentative, too selfish. Nothing I could do would fix what I had done. So and around the same time, I at school was being severely bullied, and I decided that it was bad. And one night on Discord, I lashed out, and eventually, late the next morning, I would tell one of my friends who was there that night what was going on in my life. I would never. I said, I don't exactly remember what I said, but my mate there said he would do everything he can to help me not think of this anymore. I blame myself for everything that happened. I blame myself for being so selfish for the past year. Is the fact I blame myself for everything. I lost two people who I really considered friends because of my own selfish needs and my own sensitivity. However, I would eventually be able to rekindle friendship in one of them, in which they are helping me become a better person. But even after I thought I had changed, I didn't. It came clear to them I didn't, although I thought I had. I had ruined friendships with more of them again. And quite frankly, I don't blame them for ever thinking of me in the wrong way anymore. But that isn't the main point of this video. What I just want to say on this video is that although I am too scared to get help, if you are thinking of suicide suicide, either anything, if you're dealing with bullying, suicidal, or thought, but there's always someone you can talk to. Even if you don't think so, then there will always be someone you could talk to in your life. And also, you can always change. If you are told you have done something wrong by multiple people, even if you don't trust or listen to those people, you should always take a person's advice and become a better person. And that is what I am trying to do. I'm trying to become the best person I can through one of my deep friends. And quite frankly, he's doing an amazing job. But there's also one thing. If you're ever online with your online mates and you feel upset, do something I never could. Take a break. I can't take breaks for long, but it's always for the better if you do end up taking a break eventually. Even if that means not talking to them. And in call, even seeing each other, it's always good to spend time to yourself. I also blame myself for everything, but it's never wrong to blame yourself for something that's happened. If you feel like you're in the wrong, tell them. Tell those people who you feel like you're in the wrong with, if it's affecting them deeply, that you feel like that, and you will try to change. Something I couldn't. I used the stop motion. I used to make stop motions just as a way to get away from reality, from the bullying I endured. But thankfully, thanks to my mates, I am pouring my heart and soul into making that. And because they support me throughout everything that's happened. And even if they don't like you, even if people don't like you, always try and become a better person and ask if they will help you. That's all I have to say. I hope you all have an amazing day. And remember, there's always someone to talk to.